Hey, what's going on? I wanted to throw on a quick band warm up that you could do to just kind of get your body loosened up, turn on some good stability muscles, kind of get some lubrication flowing, and just raise your overall body temperature with bands. So all you're going to need a band or two at some different heights and just some open space. It doesn't take a whole lot, but these are just good warm up exercises. So what we're going to do to start, let the band run on the inside of your arm. It's just a little bit more comfortable that way. We're going to get out to where we've got just a little bit of tension on the band, and then I'm going to step forward with my opposite leg as I push out with my hand. So this is kind of generating a diagonal tension across the front of my body. I'm staying tall, I'm keeping my core engaged, and I would just get 20 reps with this, doing this forward step press, and then I would swap sides. Same thing here, opposite hand, opposite leg are moving, and just starting like that. And you can kind of choose whether you want to start with the feet side by side, or if you want to actually get a step through where that foot is going to come all the way back past your starting foot every time. Either one, totally fine. We're just getting some single leg stance work, we're getting some core work, and we're warming up the shoulders a little bit, okay? That's exercise number one. Exercise number two, if I swap my handle out onto a high band. Oh, we already got it. So we're here. This is the overhead arch press. So you're going to get into a narrow stance with your feet, like a big stride stance. We've got some tension on the band, and we're pressing up and over, and to this side, up and over, and to this side. Our core is staying drawn in. I'm not letting my back arch. And there's a couple different things you can kind of focus on this one. If you want to really come more forward and have the band pulling your shoulders backward, here we're working more on shoulder mobility as my arms come up and over and really reach up toward the ceiling behind me. And that's totally fine. We can also try to come out further to our sides, which would be more of a balance perturbation with the band. But either way, we're just going to get 10 repetitions up and over to each side. Then we're going to swap feet. You're just kind of doing the one that feels best to you or what you need to work on. And then we're going to get 10 up and over to this side. And again, we're kind of warming up some of the shoulder muscles, rotator cuff, the scapular stability, along with some core stability and balance. So that's exercise number two, 10 times up and over with each foot in front. Exercise number three, I'm going to keep this band, and we're going to do our step back to, or our basically like chopping knee driver here. So we've got a band here, this foot is trailing, and as we step through, we're just chopping. You can have both hands holding the handle, or you can have one hand on the handle, one hand on the band, and you're basically trying to drive that knee up and tap the opposite hand onto the knee. I'm going to do 15 reps to each side like that. It's a great band warm up for that one. And again, you can turn that, if you want to get a little bit more space, and turn that into like a lunge as you come back. That's just a lot more aggressive. That's totally fine, but it's just going to be a lot more demanding. The next one would be a row. So be here. Make sure I'm staying in the camera, kind of. So if we've got a band, and we've got this foot back as I row, coming up and through. Row, come up and through. So same hand, same leg are moving. And we would get 15 reps there on each side. Show you what it looks like from this side. Good. You can also do that one with a higher band if you'd like to where you're more of a lunge pattern, and then step up and pull down, step up and pull down. So both of those would be 15 reps on each side. You can do one or both, but we're kind of getting some glute activity and some trunk control along with a little bit of lat activation with the rowing hand. So the last one will just be a normal chop. And here we're just gonna have our feet facing 90 degrees away from the band attachment, and we're blowing the air out as we're chopping down. The head follows the hands, and you can do this with the feet in neutral, or you can certainly add a stride stance variety in either fashion to this chopping pattern. It just kind of depends on what you want to do there. But I really like going through that sequence. We warmed up some pressing muscles, we warmed up some twisting muscles, we warmed up some pulling muscles, along with just kind of getting the body moving in a relatively easy to warm up fashion. So that's the band warm up. I really like to take a lot of people through, but be creative with it, kind of come up with some of your own variations if you want to. But I think a few different bands and a few different heights of bands can just make for a really easy warm-up station, and I like the way the progressive resistance of a band feels when you are warming up, and it also just gives your body some different forces to try to manage, to sort of wake things up, get your mind focused a little bit. Balance exercises are always really good at demanding focus, right? Because if we're not focused, we're going to fall over. Sometimes if we just get on, the elliptical, and we're just warming up and we're cruising, our head's really not in it. We're not very focused on what we're doing. So I do like using some exercises in the beginning that just demand a little bit of our attention to kind of shift our mindset into the workout. So I think that's a valuable thing to think about. So hopefully these are helpful. If you have any questions, please let us know. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button or share it with somebody that you think might find value in it as well. Thanks for watching.